back, everyone. So today we're going to talk about this. I originally brought it as a cheap crawler. I've never owned a crawler before, so I wasn't entirely sure if I'd enjoy driving a crawler around. So I looked on eBay and I brought the cheapest one I could find, and this is it. HSP RGT, the first model that they ever made. And I regret buying the cheapest one I could find. I've had quite a few problems with it since I've had it, and it's apart again, because I need to order a part from the UK, which is going to take 2 weeks to get here. So the worst problem I've had so far is this little motor. This little motor works well. It works fine for the truck. But the only problem is it heats up quite a lot while you're driving it. Probably get 5-10 minutes out of it, and then by then you can't even touch it. It's that hot. And none of the wheels are binded up. It all rolls good when it's not connected. But I just can't stop it from heating up, and I can't find any fans or anything for it. And if I'm being honest, I've already gone through 4 of these motors because I just overheat them. And not even on purpose, but I'll be out and I'll just not even think about it and cook it. And that'll be it. That's buying a motor. That's one problem I've had. The other problem is this is the ESC. The cheap one. Well, it's not even a cheap one. It's cheap, but it's not a bad ESC. It's a Hobbywing brushed ESC, waterproof. And it's non-programmable except for the little blue thing you can switch the battery mode on. Other than that, you can't do anything with it. But after I blew the first motor, I lost reverse on the ESC. I lost reverse and the drag brake. So now I've only got forwards, and that's it. I contacted Hobbywing about it, and basically they said that something must have, when I burnt the motor out, it must have hurt the ESC, and now the ESC is damaged. So I'm probably going to have to buy a new one of those eventually. What other problems have I had? The back bumper is pretty weak. It's fallen apart, but that's probably just how I treat it. The problem I'm having currently is with the spools in the diff. It states that it's all metal gears, which isn't even true because the transmission is all plastic gears, but I haven't had a problem with them. But in the rear end, there's what connects all the metal gears is a little plastic spool that connects the 2 wheels to make it a solid rear axle. Well, no, not to make it so it doesn't slip. A spool is so that you don't have a slip diff or anything. It's just connected. But the spool's made out of plastic, and it doesn't hold up. I've even tried a couple of fixes I've seen for it, and I've had no luck. It just breaks. Doesn't matter what I do, breaks. So the only option I can find is I went on eBay and I had a look, and the only thing I could find was an aluminum replacement for it, but I can only get them from the UK, and I'm in Australia, so it's probably going to take about 2 weeks. And it's $50 for just one. I need 2. So I'm going to have to purchase them, and I guess that's all I can do. But so far this thing's cost me quite a bit. Probably would have been better off just saving a bit more and buying a decent one. And then it would have even been easier to find parts for. And then I wouldn't have to wait as long. At the moment, it's been pulled apart for a couple of days. I've found the parts. I found the part that I need and what I've got to do, but I just have to wait for it to get here. And you can't do anything until then, I guess. Another thing I want to do is this. They did make a version 2 of this exact truck, which comes with a 390 motor, and the 390 motor has an inbuilt fan. which might solve the overheating issues, and it has a little bit more torque, so it's a longer can. All you gotta do to fit it is get the second version's motor mount plate. If you get the second version motor mount plate, you can fit the 390 motor. But you could probably do it with this one. You just have to adjust the holes and whatnot. But it's just easier to buy the plates. Probably I think it's like $8 or something like that. So it's not too bad. So I do plan on doing that in the future. I'm definitely gonna have to upgrade the ESC because having no drag brake or reverse is painful. But other than that, while using it, it doesn't tip over. It's pretty stable. It could probably be a little bit wider, but other than that, it has plenty of flex and all that. It's just little things that let this truck down, and the little things, I guess. I mean, if you're buying the truck just to have something you can just get out all the time and play with, you don't want to work on it all the time, then this definitely isn't the right truck. This is going to take some replacing of parts that are just weak. Now, this is just my opinion on the truck. Obviously, I've seen a whole bunch of other people have pretty good opinions on this, and it's performed really well for them. But for me, I haven't had the best luck of it. But in saying that, it's a decent truck. I wouldn't recommend it. If you save up for a little bit longer, you can definitely get something better. But if you just want something cheap to work on and have some fun with, then it's not a bad truck. But, I mean, personal preference, I guess. But anyways, that's all I've got for today. So, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the like button. It helps me out tremendously, and I'll keep putting out some more videos. Probably get some other RC cars here soon and do some more tests and whatnot.